I'm Jeremiah Thomas. This is my SATC 220 presentation on hard hats. Hard hats are required when working in areas where there is potential for injury to the head from falling objects. In addition, hard hats designed to reduce electrical shock are required when working near exposed electrical conductors that may contact the head. Specialty types of hard hats include those with miner's light attachments, reflective stripes for night work, face shields for welders, and attachments for visors and earmuffs. Hard hats were manufactured by what is known as the Bullard Company. They were called the Hardboiled hat and patented in 1919. They were manufactured out of steam canvas, glue, and black paint. Since 1936, the aluminum hard hats were standard. In the 1940s, fiberglass became staple in the industry. In the 1950s, thermoplastics were introduced. Presently, advanced engineering resins such as aluminum are used. In 1952, electrical resistant helmets were introduced. All hard hats must comply with ANSI Z89.1, American National Standard for Personal Protection. According to OSHA, the employer shall ensure that each affected employee wears a protective helmet when working in areas where there is a potential injury to the head from falling objects. Also, the employer shall ensure that a protective helmet designed to reduce electrical shock hazard is worn by each such affected employee when near exposed electrical conductors which could contact the head. With that being said, hard hats should be used when falling object hazards may result from activities with proximity to persons or operations where accidental dropping or loss of material, tools, equipment, or other articles could lead to a head injury. A barricaded or posted demolition construction area where head hazards exist. Objects stored on shelves, platforms, etc. that may fall and cause head injury, or overhead exposed energized conductors nearby. Hard hats that are considered to be OSHA approved meet the minimum criteria established by the American National Standards, or ANSI, and the International Safety Equipment Association, or ISEA. In accordance with the most current ANSI or ISEA Z89.1 2009 standard. As you can see on the picture to the right, the inside straps, as known as the suspension, are responsible for absorbing most of the shock you may receive from a blow to the head or fall. To provide maximum protection, the hard hat must fit securely on the head and the suspension should be adjusted to a snug fit. Every hard hat conforming to the requirements of ANSI Z89.1 2014 must be appropriately marked to verify its compliance. The following information must be marked inside of the hard hat: the manufacturer's name or identifying mark, date of manufacture, the legend, the type and class designation, and the approximate head size range. Different classes of hard hat impact protection is divided into two categories: Type 1 and Type 2. Type 1 hard hats are intended to reduce the force of impact resulting from a blow only to the top of the head. Type 2 hard hats are intended to reduce the force of lateral impact resulting from a blow which may be received off-center, from the side, or to the top of the head. There are also electrical classes of hard hats. There are Class E hard hats, which are electrical, reduce exposure to high voltage conductors, and offer dielectric protection up to 20,000 volts. There are Class G hard hats, which are general hard hats. They reduce exposure to low voltage conductors and offer dielectric protection up to 2,200 volts. Class C hard hats, which are conductive, they are not intended to provide protection against contact with electrical conductors. According to the chart, the type of hard hat can be linked with the class of hard hat. For example, I have a Type 2 hard hat, which is Class E. Maintenance plays a very important role in keeping our hard hat in top shape and keeping you safe. OSHA recommends that helmets be inspected daily for dents, cracks, and/or penetration and replaced immediately if damaged. Extreme hot and cold climates can shorten the lifespan of a hard hat. Therefore, store them in an area with limited exposure to extreme temperatures and UV rays. If stickers are placed on the hard hat, be sure to place them an inch above the brim to prevent an electrical current due to possible metal content in some stickers. No hole should be drilled into the helmet under any circumstance, as this lowers the strength of the shell. It is generally advised to replace hard hats every 2 years and suspension every 12 months. It is imperative to have the proper hard hat for your working environment. How to clean. Mild soap and warm water is usually the best way to clean the hard hat and suspension. Thoroughly rinse and wipe or air dry the hard hat after washing. How to test, inspect hard hat. The shell and suspension should be inspected daily before use. Check the suspension for cut or frayed straps, cracks, or tears in the plastic. If any of these characteristics is exhibited, replace the hard hat, shell, and/or suspension immediately. To rehash the topics covered, you will have learned the following: background of hard hats, maintenance, classes of hard hats, and basic standards. Each of these topics are necessities of knowing in the workplace. Thank you guys for looking at my presentation. I'm Jeremiah Thomas. This is SATC 220. Thank you guys.